So this means if you have present simple, it's going to be past simple, present continuous, past continuous, will becomes would, can becomes could, is going to becomes was going to. All right. So this is the idea. And after we did that, we did some exercises. I remember you and Samiha answered all of them correctly. And after that, we also talked a little bit about the letter H, if you remember, when it comes before, when it comes after a consonant, usually you don't hear it very clearly, but if it comes after a vowel, you hear it clearly. So the letter H, it's not always the same strength. Sometimes it's a little stronger than other times. So we talked about this. Now, let's talk a little bit about taking risks. Do you think you're a person who takes risks? Do you see yourself as a risk taker, Dua?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
What kind of risks do you take?
I think jumping.
Jumping?
Yeah.
Do you like jumping from on top of your house? Have you tried this before?
Of course, yeah.
You've jumped from on top of your house?
When I was a child, not now.
And how tall was how high was your building? Was it like a one floor building, or was it a two stories?
One floor maybe.
Ah, one floor. And you jumped from on top?
Yeah.
And did it hurt?
No.
No, it didn't. But did you climb down, or did you jump directly?
Just jump.
And did you jump on, was it hard ground, or was it soil and sand?
Sand, not hard.
Okay. So that's kind of okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about some collocations. I don't know if you've seen this word before. Collocations. Have I explained to you what it means when I say a collocation? Do you know what it means? Collocation?
No.
No. A collocation is like combination. When you combine two words and they work together. And when I say a combination, like for example, if I give you a few verbs, for example, eat. For example, can you see these 5 verbs? Eat, take.
Yeah, I can.
Now, let's say, for example, I tell you, choose one of these verbs to complete the sentence. Which verb would you use? And sorry, let me write something here. Which verb would you use here?
I ate breakfast at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Now, if you say that, if you go to the UK and you say that, they will of course understand you, no problem. Okay. But if an English person would say it, what do you think they would say? An English person.
Take breakfast at 9 o'clock.
No, I don't mean the pronunciation. Maybe. Take.
Yeah.
Take. You think take?
Take or have.
Have
take
is actually correct.
Yeah, take or have.
Yes.
Person.
The right one is have. I have breakfast. So an English person.
I have.
Yeah, an English person would usually use have for any kind of food or drink. I have coffee in the afternoon. I have a sandwich at work. I have orange juice in the morning. I have a cup of tea at 5 o'clock. I have lunch at 2 o'clock, and I sometimes have dinner at 9 o'clock. So for meals and food and drink, British people or native speakers in general, they like to use have. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So for us in Arabic, this is strange because we use eat when we talk about food. We don't use have. But in English, we use have. This is an example of a collocation, okay?
Collocation.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this is the collocation. We need to use have with food. So here, what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're gonna talk about a number of collocations, but the verbs we're gonna use are take and get, okay?
Okay.
So here, I need you to choose which verb do you think works best with these examples. Should we use take or should we use get? This is the question. Let's start with number one. So question number one, it says, do you usually take your friend's advice? So in this example, of course, we use take. But what about number two?
Number two.
What do you
Number
think?
two. Do you take a long time to get ready in the morning?
Nice, that's correct. Wa alaikum salam, Sami. That's actually correct. Okay, can you do number three? Samiha, can you talk? Or is it noisy where you're?
Okay. Do you ever get lost?
Right. Okay, number four. Da. What do you think?
Do you often get headache? Headache, I think.
Headaches.
Headaches.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
That's correct. Number five. Samiha, what do you think?
Do you take sugar in coffee?
Right. That's correct. Number six. Dua, what do you think?
Did you get any exams last year? Did you take any exams last year?
Right. You're right. You take. And number seven, what do you think, Sammy?
Do you get stressed easily?
Right, correct. Number seven. Number eight, sorry, Dua.
Do you always take notes in class?
Number nine, Samiha. Okay, Dua, you can do it. Number nine. Okay, Samiha's back.
When you do your homework, do you usually get all the answers?
Right. All the answers right. Correct. Number 10, Dua.
Take it easy on holiday.
Correct.
Get it easy, I think.
No, the first one is correct.
I don't sure.
You're not sure?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
It's take it easy. Do you always take it easy? What do you think? What do you think it means when we say do you always take it easy?
Take it easy on holiday. It means be relaxing on holiday or don't be stressed. I think.
You're right. It's like the Egyptian joke, right? Take it easy as easy. Take it easy as easy. Yeah. So what you said is right. Yeah, it means relax. Don't worry. Enjoy your time. This is the meaning. Take it easy. All right. Very nice. 11. Samiha, what do you think we should use in 11?
Get cold in winter.
That's right. Do you often get colds? Good. And the last one, which one would you like to use?
Do you ever take risks?
Correct.
Or are always very careful?
That's it. So this exercise, dua, is an example of a collocation exercise. So collocation, it means using the right verb for the right noun or the right phrase. It's like Lego, combining two things. And usually there isn't an exact rule, but most of the time you can answer it automatically, right? Because you feel, this works here, this doesn't work. Get headaches, not take headaches. So most of them you can answer them without thinking. This is the idea. Okay. Now let's see if we can ask and answer the questions in number 1A. So here I'd like you, Dua, to choose maybe 4 or 5 of these questions. They don't have to be in order, by the way. Choose any 4 or 5 questions that you would like to ask to Samiha, and then you can ask her. Like I said, you don't have to do them in order. Just choose the ones you like, and she will answer you.
My internet, I can't listen you better.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
Okay. تو صوتي واضح ولا قاعد في تقطيع؟ Dua, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
No, I can.
Okay. So my question was, you need to ask. There's a problem. Is it in my connection? Samiha
No,
also?
my connection.
Your connection, but I think there
think,
might.
your connection, doctor.
You
Because
also.
also is I don't know.
So
Maybe it's a
you
problem.
also heard some problems, Samiha.
Yes.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me take a look, and I'll be right back. Okay, just give me a second.
Okay.
Let me check the modem.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it should be okay. But if you hear anything or if you can't hear me clearly, just tell me, please. Okay, so I'll check it or maybe restart it or something. Is it okay now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. All right. So Dua, what you need to do is to choose 4 or 5 questions from this list. Any of the questions in front of you, and you can ask Samiha about them, and she will answer you.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you take any exams last year?
No, I didn't.
Dua, you don't have to think too much of. You can answer, ask any question you like. Don't worry, she
Okay.
Samiha is not shy. She will answer your question.
Okay. Do you take sugar in coffee?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But in this day, I try to didn't.
You're trying to cut the sugar.
Yes.
That's good.
I tried before. It's hard.
I think it's very difficult. Yes, very, very difficult.
Yeah. I tried 3 months ago.
And were you able to?
I think after 3 months, I think it's easy to keep it for long. If you survive for 3 months.
But did you go back to sugar after 3 months, or are you still? You went back to sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, I went back.
I see. Okay, so you can choose some other questions. Choose another two, Dua.
Do you ever get lost?
No, I don't.
Okay, great. Do you often get colds in winter?
Alhamdulillah, no, I don't.
All right, okay.
Okay.
All right, so Samiha, same thing for you. Choose any questions which you would like to ask Dua.
Okay. Do you usually take your friends' advice?
No. I just take my advice.
That's great advice. I take my advice. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever take a risk, or you always very careful?
No, I do. I take a risk.
Do you always take notes in class?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you often get headaches?
No, I don't.
Okay, so these are.
How can we make headache plural, Doctor?
Because we're speaking
headache, this word.
Headaches.
Headache.
Headaches.
Plural of headache, isn't it?
Yeah, headaches is plural of headache, yeah. Because generally, whenever you're speaking about something, generally, we use plural. Headaches, exams, notes, colds, risks, right? So usually when we speak about things generally, we put them in plural. If they are countable طبعا، لو كانوا countable. لكن مثلا زي sugar ما فيش كيف نقولوا sugars، نقولوا sugar وخلاص، it's uncountable. بس الحاجات الثانية اللي هم countable, if you're speaking generally, you should put it in the plural. هي هذه الفكرة. Okay? All right.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So these are general questions, and this is how we can use take and how we can use get. لأن لو بتترجموا معناها take and get نفس الشيء. لما في العربي زوز ياخد صح ولا؟ But in English, they're not exactly the same. And you can see here we use them in slightly different meanings. The same story with the verb make and do. يعني لو مترجموهم بالليبي زوز معناهم يدير. لكن الأولى تمشي أكثر مع يصنع ويشكل أو يعني ممكن مختلفة شوية. بس they're close. They're not too different. Make and do و take and get يعتبروا قراب نوعا ما. Anyway, so this is our first point. Now, we're going to do a little bit of reading. So I want you to discuss these questions before we read. So the first question says, when was the last time you did something exciting or unusual? What was it? And did you enjoy it? Let's start with Dua. Can you remember?
Okay.
Can you remember the last time you did something exciting or unusual?
Last time. Yeah.
When was this? When was it?
Okay. I think before 2 months ago. Yeah.
Okay. And what was it? What did you do that was exciting or unusual?
Okay. Run with friends in Turkey.
You had a race? Did you have a race?
Yeah.
And who won? Who won the race?
Who won the race?
Uh-huh.
Me.
Yeah.
I was running.
So, but who's
Because it was a holiday.
Uh-huh. But how did the idea start? Who suggested the idea? Did you suggest to have a race to run, or did one of your friends suggest it?
It's my idea. It's my idea.
But do you usually run? Do you practice running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually run. I have a running machine in my house. Every morning I run. I love it.
And how long can you run? What's the distance you usually run? And
maybe 500 kilometers. Maybe.
you mean 500 meters, or maybe 5 kilometers?
Yeah, 5 kilometers.
5 kilometers. Wow. How long does it take you to run them?
1 hour.
1 hour. So, but maybe you mean you're jogging.
When I was a child, I had a competition running, and I have a.
You have a medal?
I was won.
You won.
Competition. Yeah, I have.
So you won first place in running.
Yeah.
Do you think if you have a race with all the pre-intermediate students, do you think you will win?
Of course.
Okay. So you're good with running. That's nice. That's fun, I think. But the question for you, Dua, is: would you like to do this again? Would you like to have another competition with your friend and run again against them?
Of course.
So we'd like to have this again.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's something that you enjoy. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything which is exciting or maybe a little bit unusual that you would like to try in the future? Something that you haven't tried before and you would like to maybe try this in the future?
Something I will try it in future.
Yeah, but it has to be something exciting or unusual.
Camping.
Camping, you would like to go camping. Nice.
Yeah.
Is there a place?
Camping in maybe Sahara, like Sahara Desert or anything like this.
Camping in the desert. You'd like to go camping in the desert. Interesting.
I imagine it.
You're already imagining it.
Yeah.
But do you think it will be? Do you think it will be dangerous?
No.
You don't think it will be dangerous?
No.
I
think it
what
will be exciting.
Nice. That's interesting. I haven't been camping either. I think this would be great fun. I agree. Okay. All right. What about?
Wow. Yeah.
No, I haven't, unfortunately. I would also like to try camping. I don't know if it's the desert. Maybe I'd like to go camping in the mountains or in a forest, something like this, maybe in a natural place. But also in the desert, I think it's a lot of fun, especially if you have someone experienced, maybe like a camping guide or someone who knows what he's doing or what she's doing, someone who's with experience. It'll be lots of fun because they know different games, they know different techniques, how to set up a camp, how to cook in the desert, maybe hunt something, maybe catch a bird to eat it. No, I don't know, something like this. I think it would be fun.
Yeah, and take a lot of photos.
Yeah, I'm sure that it would look very beautiful during sunset and sunrise. I think it would be a great adventure.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is interesting. What about you, Samiha? When was the last time you did something maybe exciting or unusual, something different? Can you remember? Can you remember the last time you did something like that?
Yeah. Yes. It's about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Very long time. In Turkey, I try zip line.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It was very excited and
Was it scary?
I like it.
Were you afraid?
Yes. In the first, I was afraid, but after that, after finish, I feel it very, very nice.
And you wanted to try it again?
I don't know.
You're not sure if you want to try it again?
Yes.
So you're afraid again now?
Yes.
But why? Why are you afraid again? You said that you enjoyed it, so why do you think you're afraid?
Because I'm surprised about it. Because it was in 5 levels, and every level it will be.
It will be harder, you mean?
That's make me more afraid about this, but it's very, very interesting experience.
And was the place high? Was it a high place that you zipped from?
I don't know what's the distance, but when I started, I think that's the line what we will play on. But I'm surprised it is 5 levels, and every level it will be more higher.
And which level did you take? Level 1?
Of the distance, but it was very, yes. I saw the people very small.
So this means, was it in a building, or was it between buildings, or was it a natural place?
No.
Mountains?
It's yes.
And
I was afraid about it.
Was it in Istanbul?
No.
I see. So it was out of Istanbul.
Yes.
That's fun.
Maybe a town called Sabanja, I think, or something like that. I don't remember very well, but I think it's called Sabanja.
I see. No, I haven't been there. I don't know it. Okay. But what about things in the future? Things that you haven't tried, but also something exciting like this that you would like to try. Do you have anything on your mind? Something you would also like to try, like zip lining, something like this?
Maybe the opposite, to go deep in the sea, maybe. Because I'm so afraid of
scuba diving.
Yes.
You would like to try scuba diving?
Yes.
But tell us a little more. Why would you like to go scuba diving?
I'm afraid of the sea. I went to Broken this fair about, and to know what's under this water, what's happened there, and I saw it in programs on Natural Geographic. I think it's very nice, a very nice world.
I agree. I think it's a completely different world.
No, how it's
sorry to interrupt. You said that you're afraid of the sea. This means you're afraid of even swimming. You don't even go swimming in the sea.
yes.
But do you know why? Is there a reason you're afraid of the sea? Did you maybe have a bad experience as a child or something?
No, but I'm afraid, just afraid from it. I don't know why. I don't like swimming, and not I don't like. I like it, but I'm also afraid of drowning or something. I don't know.
But if you go into shallow water, if the water isn't deep, maybe the water is to your stomach level, I think you can't drown if you're in a, if the sea level is shallow, like here to your stomach.
Yes.
This is very shallow. I don't think you can drown there, even if you wanted. You can't, I think. So maybe you should practice with shallow water first, right? If you have a chance.
Yes.
Or if you maybe go to a hotel, or if there's a swimming pool, just try shallow water first. Try to play around or swim a little bit in shallow water. And I think this will help remove your fear. And then if you decide to go scuba diving, it will be a lot more exciting and interesting, because a part of the fear from water and from swimming will be gone, I think, maybe.
I think it's something very, very impossible for me.
You never know. With a little bit of determination, I think you can do it. All right, now we have a few new words. I don't know if they're new or not, but I think we have to talk about them before we do the reading. So let me read these words and these phrases for you, and tell me if any of them are new, so we can talk about them. So all of you, I think, know a snake, what a snake means. What does this mean? Hypnotize someone, to hypnotize someone. What do you think? Have you heard of this word, hypnotize someone?
No.
No.
I think I can't explain it very well, but we always play it when we are young. So to take something in front of other and make it move right and left,
and tell them go to sleep.
Go to sleep, yes, and hallucinated and.
But does it work?
Like message or no, not work, but just try to make it work.
Do you know what this is, Dua?
Yeah. No, I know what this is.
But in Arabic, what is it?
When she explain.
But how can you explain it?
In Arabic?
I
think اللعبة متاع الغميضة.
Not exactly, no. What she's talking about is, for example, I'm trying to look for something. Okay, here it is. For example, can you see this? So yeah. I want you to focus on this, okay?
Okay.
Just focus on it. Now you're feeling sleepy. And after I count to 5, you're going to fall asleep. And when you wake up, you will finish pre-intermediate. Focus on the moving object. You are now relaxed. And at the count of 5, you are going to fall asleep. 1, 2. Are you feeling sleepy? 4, 5. Yeah. This is hypnotism. Hypnosis. اللي هو اللي احنا نقوله تنويم مغناطيسي. All right. So this is called hypnosis. Hypnosis. And the verb is hypnotic. Hypnotic, hypnotize. The verb is hypnotize. Hypnotic اللي هو الadjective. Hypnotize اللي هو تنوم شخص. Hypnotize هذا الverb. Hypnotic. Hypnotic. This is the adjective. يفوقها الverb. Do you think this is real or not real? What do you think, Dad? Do you think people can really be hypnotized?
Sorry, teacher, I can't listen to you.
Okay, now can you hear me now? Hello, 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 can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So my question is, do you think hypnosis is real, Dua? Do you think it's real? Do you think
No.
you can, you know?
No.
Do you think you can't
It's not
hypnotize people?
I can.
But they can't
But-
hypnotize you?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Samiha?
Yes.
Do you think it's real?
Yes.
Has anyone tried to hypnotize you before?
No, but I think it's something true.
Would you like to be hypnotized?
Sometimes.
Okay. So this is the second phrase.
I think this is psychological thing.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Psychological thing to sleep, I think. This is not
it's related
real.
to subconscious mind, I think.
Okay. What did you say, Dua? It's related to psychology, and you said something else. Dua, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You said it's related to psychology, and then you said something else. What did you say?
This is psychological thing, I think. Psychological thing to sleep, but you don't want to sleep.
But
just play in your psychological system.
So you convince yourself to sleep and then you sleep.
Yeah.
So you think the effect is not from the hypnosis, but from the person, that he made himself sleep. Is that the idea? That you make yourself sleep? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Or anyone make you sleep.
So this means
your psychological system.
But this means it works.
Yeah, it works.
But you said it doesn't work.
It's not real.
How does it work and it's not real? What do you mean by that? What do you think, Dua? Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Samiha, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. So my question for you, Dua, is how can it work, but it's not real? What do you think?
Please, can you repeat that?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, let me repeat the question. How does it work, but when it's not real, the hypnosis? You said it's not real, but it works.
It works. They are play in your psychological system.
Mm-hmm.
They are just playing in your psychological system. And then it works.
But you're saying
you don't want to sleep, but them let you sleep.
Okay.
You don't want it.
So this means it's why is it not real if it works? This is my question.
It works,
real, I
but
think.
you don't want to sleep.
You mean if you don't allow it to sleep, it won't work. Is that what you're saying? If you decide not to sleep, it won't work. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Interesting point. But would you like to try being hypnotized, Dua? If there's an expert who says, I can hypnotize you, would you like to try it?
Okay.
But what if it works? What if they hypnotize you?
I don't think.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay, but Samiha, you have a different opinion. You think it's real and you think it works.
Yes, I think. I said it's I think it's something related to the focusing of something moving, the recurrence of the moving or talking. That's make the mind maybe more relaxed, and I think that's the main idea of this. Something related to also the subconscious mind, maybe.
True.
I think it's something real.
Okay. Interesting. It's an interesting view. Okay, we have another word here, a cheat. A cheat. But cheat here, does it mean like cheat is it a verb or is it a noun here when we say a cheat?
It's a noun.
It's a noun.
Noun.
Yeah.
Actually, noun.
Yeah, exactly, because we're talking about a person. A person who's a cheat. Do you get the idea? So cheating, or if you cheat, this is a verb, but a cheat is the person. The person who does the cheating is called a cheat. All right? So this is doing bungee jump. Do you know what a bungee jump is? Can you see the photo here? The first photo number 1. Do you see this photo? This is a bungee jump. Would you like to bungee jump? Would you like to try this? Dua and Samiha, would you like to bungee jump?
No.
Of course.
No, for me.
You wouldn't, Samiha? I think it's fun. You should try it to break your fear.
Not fun.
It's interesting. Seriously.
I think for people who don't like it should be forced to do it. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe if you like it, then it's optional. Maybe yes, maybe no. But for people who don't like it, I think you have to do it. So I think it's going to be lots of fun. Okay, the next one is sing in public.
Sing in public.
So I think this is clear. Singing in public is clear, I think.
Yeah.
And a tattoo, I think also this one is clear. A tattoo, like picture number 4. Can you see the tattoo? Picture number 4. All right, so these are some of the words that we will read in the cards. So here we have, it's a bit like a game. It says, look at the risk-taker cards, choose the correct answers. So we have 5 risk-taker cards. So it's a bit like a game. So here, let me show you the first 2. And let me see your opinions. Okay, so read number 1 and 2, and then choose one of them, and then we'll check the other ones, okay? Okay, no sounds. What do you mean, Samiha, no sounds?
I think you have started.
No, I haven't started yet. I'm just giving you a few minutes to check the options.
You said
It's not listening. No, it's reading.
because the screen is black.
The screen is black?
Sorry.
Is it still black?
Yes, for me. No. Now okay.
Strange. No, it's not. It's not listening.
Sorry.
It's reading. It's reading. So
Okay.
here we have two, it's like an option. Depends on your, of course, maybe you'll have different answers. The first one, it says, if I won a bungee jump in a competition, A, I'd do it. How exciting. B, I'd say yes if my friend jumped first. C, I wouldn't do it. I'd be too frightened. So for Dua, which one would you choose in number one?
A.
A. And Samiha?
C.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, if someone asked me to hold a snake, A, I wouldn't do it, I'd run away. B, I'd do it, why not? And C, I'd do it, but only if the snake wasn't dangerous. For you, Dua, which one?
C.
For Samiha, C.
C.
C, also Samiha, C?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. So you have a similar answer now. Okay, now number three. If someone offered to hypnotize me, A, I'd ask my friend to try it first. B, I'd say yes immediately. C, I'd definitely say no.
A.
A, for you, Samiha, A.
Yes. Yes.
And for you, Dua,
B.
you'd say yes immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, number four, if someone offered me $1,000 to get a tattoo, A, I'd do it. B, I'd do it, but only for 10,000. C, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
C, you wouldn't do it. Dua?
I wouldn't do it.
Same answer, C. Okay, last situation. If somebody or if someone asked me to be on a reality TV program, first of all, do you know what a reality TV program is? Reality TV. It's not a documentary, by the way, it's different. Dua, can you tell me the difference between a reality TV program and a documentary? What do you think the difference is?
I think documentary like National Geographic.
Correct. And reality TV program?
Reality, I think like natural places and natural life in TV, in program. This is reality.
Okay, but can you give me an example of a reality TV program?
I didn't watch.
You don't watch any of them?
Yeah.
But
documentary I watched.
Okay. Do you know the TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians? It's a very famous American reality TV program. Do you know about it? The Kardashians, Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an example of a reality TV program. It means the camera follows their everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry, like
influencers, natural, really life, daily routine.
Exactly. Yes.
Program.
Yes, that's it. All right, so number 5, if someone asked you to be on a reality TV program, I'd say yes immediately. I'd definitely say no. I talk to my friends and take their advice. Which one would you choose, Dua? A, B, or C?
A.
You would say yes immediately. Nice. Okay. Samiha, what about you? If someone asked you to be on a reality TV program?
I'd say yes immediately.
You're also interested in reality TV program. You would like to be a part. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello, hello, hello.
Now I can. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. All right, so my question was, why would you like to be part of a reality TV program, for both of you, for Dua and Samiha? Why would you like to join?
For my everyday motivation people, for my everyday routine, like when I'm studying, when I'm doing sport, something like this. I think this is a positive effect for people.
Interesting. Good point. And for you, Samiha, why would you like to be part of a reality TV program?
I like it because I always show a lot of videos and about that and daily routine. I like it very much, and I inspire positive energy from them, and I think it's something very nice. I don't know, but I want to try it once maybe, but I want to try it.
We have the same idea.
Yes. I think the only thing you need to do, Samiha, now is bungee jump. That's the only difference. If you go bungee jump,
yes.
Then you can be...
I'm afraid from heights. That's the
reason.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so these are some interesting situations about risk-taking. Now, let's take a look at our next exercise. So here, number 4, choose a partner and ask him for a card. No, I chose. Okay, so here, number 4, I think we did it because it's a comparison between your answers. So we kind of already did this. All right, so the last part, it says, are you and your partner risk takers? I think for Dua, maybe we can say yes, she's a risk taker. For Samiha, I don't know. Some of the things she said yes, but not all of them. I don't know. Samiha, do you think you're a risk taker? Would you call yourself a risk taker?
No, I'm not a risk taker, I think.
Do you agree with this?
I'm careful, but...
Do you agree, Dua? Do you think Samiha is not a risk taker, or do you think she's a risk taker?
She is a risk taker, I think.
But maybe not big risks. Is that she's a careful risk taker?
She's a careful, but I think she can do it.
Interesting. Do you agree with this, Samiha? Do you think you can do it if you really want to?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think we have to try and find out to see.
Yes, I will tell you after try something.
Yes,
very,
especially bungee jump. For me, this is the most important thing, that you bungee jump.
This is interesting.
Someone throws you from a high place. I think it's funny also. All right. Okay, so now let's move to our grammar part. Let's talk about the second conditional.
The second conditional.
Now, I don't know if you remember the first conditional, but let me just very, very quickly remind you. So this way, it'll be easier to compare between both of them, okay? So if you remember with the first conditional, I'll give you a very simple example, okay? So if you study hard, you'll pass the exam. If you exercise every day, you'll become fit. Let's do another one with the opposite. So you'll make great food if you learn the recipes. And let's use another example starting. We'll meet them at the cafe if They come early. All right, these are just 4 random examples, and all of them are in the first conditional. Okay, all of these 4 examples are in the first conditional. So what do you notice? What did we use in the if clause, and what did we use in the main clause in each example? Can you tell us? What do you think?
If always with the present simple.
Correct. So with the if clause, we use present simple if you study. And again, if you exercise, present simple. If you learn, present simple. If they come, present simple. Okay, so this is the first point. So this means in the present continuous, the if clause is always in the present simple. What about the main clause? What did we put in the main clause?
Will.
Correct. Will plus what?
Plus verb and infinitive.
Right, exactly. So in the main clause, we use will plus infinitive. You'll pass. You'll become. Will plus infinitive. You'll make. And we'll meet. So the main clause is in the will plus infinitive. All right, now last question. When we use the first conditional, are we talking about something that is likely to happen? There's a strong possibility, or are we talking about something 100% sure?
Possible.
Something possible, right?
Possible. Yeah.
But what about the level of possibility? Is it a high possibility or is it a low possibility?
High possibility.
Yes, I agree. Because when
High
we say,
possibility.
Well, will.
Exactly, if you study hard, you'll pass the exam. So this means there's a big possibility this will happen. If you study hard, of course. It's not 100% guaranteed, but high possibility. And the last question is, when we use the first conditional, are we talking about the present and the past, or are we talking about, the present and future, or are we talking about the past?
Present and future.
Correct. That's the idea. Now let's compare all of this, the first conditional, let's compare it to the second conditional because it's a little different. And let me show you some of the differences. So here in the second conditional, let's start with the 2 examples. The first example says, if I won a bungee jump in a competition, I'd do it. If someone asked me to hold a snake, I wouldn't do it. So my first question to you is, we use the second conditional to talk about real situations or imaginary situations. What do you think?
Imaginary situation.
Right.
You imagine something happen.
You're right. It's an imaginary situation. It's not real, right?
Like us now.
Yeah, like us. We're just imagining situations. So it's not a real situation. But if you check the first conditional, these are real situations, right? If you study hard, you'll pass. If you exercise, you'll become fit. They're not imaginary. So this is the first difference between the first conditional and the second conditional. Now, the second difference, it says, the second conditional talks about the past or present and future. What do you think?
Present. Present and future, I think.
Do you agree, Dua? Do you think we're talking about the present and future, or do you think we're talking about the past?
I think we're talking about past. Because if someone asked me to hold a snake, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, but my question for you now is, did the person ask you yet? ولا ما زال ما سألكش?
No. Yeah.
So is it in the past or is it in the present or future?
No, I think future.
That's it.
Yeah, future.
Because the person hasn't asked you yet. لكن لو سألك مش حديرها. هي دي الفكرة. كان باللي بنقوله لو حد سألني مش حنديرها. هو ما زال ما سألك حد، لكن لو سألني مش حنديرها. Do you get the idea? This is the kind of the translation of second conditional. All right, very nice, very nice. Now, the second 2 points هادو زوز بتاع grammar. So this point number 3, it says, in the if clause, what do we use? Do we use present simple, زي the first conditional, or do we use the past simple? What do you think? In the if conditional?
Past simple.
Correct. We use the past simple. Exactly. And the last point, in the main clause, what do we use? Do we use would and wouldn't, or will and won't plus infinitive?
Would or wouldn't.
Right. Would and wouldn't. All right. So this is a little introduction on the second condition, how to use the second condition. Now we have a few questions here. Let me show you the question in part B. So it says fill in the gaps. Let me show you the options you have. So we have if, do, and would. 3 options, okay? If, would, and do. So number 1, can you answer number 1 for us, Dua? Using the 3 options.
Okay. Just a minute.
Take your time.
I think what
Okay, what?
What would you
What would you? Is that what he said? Or what do you? What do you think?
What would you do if you won a bungee jump?
Do we say if you win or if you won?
If you won.
Yes.
Past simple.
Correct. All right. What about you, Samiha, for the second example, number 2? Can you complete it?
Okay.
Okay. Me or died.
Samiha, you can try number 2. And now I can hear you. Can you say it again?
Okay. If someone asked you to hold a snake, would you do it?
That's right. So this is how we can make questions using the second conditional, okay? So let me show you a quick summary of the second conditional. Let's take a look, and then we can do some examples. So 99, 99, 99. Okay, can you see the rules here, Dua? Can you see them?
Yeah, I can.
All right, I'd like you to just quickly go through this, just quickly read it. You don't have to read it aloud, just read it yourself, just take a quick look. If you find anything that you would like to ask me or anything you're not sure of, just let me know before we do the exercise. Have you found any points you're not sure of, Dua?
No.
No?
It's clear.
Clear, nice.
Yeah.
All right, okay, that's excellent. So, okay, so the final part, just take a quick look at here. Can you see the right side of the page? Second conditional question. Okay, same thing, take a quick look. If you see anything not clear, just let me know. And when you're ready, just tell me I finished and we can go to the exercise, okay?
Okay. Teacher. I finished reading.
All right, great, excellent. Any points? No points? No questions?
No, it's
all
clear.
Right. Nice, very good. So this means we can go back to our exercise since everything is clear. All right, now we have a little bit of listening, but let me check. Maybe we can do the listening at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so we have two other situations. Tell me what you think, Donna. Can you read number 6 and number 7 and tell me what would you do?
Okay. Okay. Teacher,
Mm-hmm.
can I ask you number 7, like cheating or something like this?
Number 7, it's asking if someone offered to take an exam for me using my name. It means you're going to cheat.
Yeah.
Someone else is going to do it for you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so number 6, if someone asked you to sing in public, what would you do?
B. I would definitely do it.
Do you know how to sing well?
Yeah.
You
Not
do?
now, but when I was a child, I have a competition singing in the school.
That's nice. That's really good. Did you study at?
I love activities
That's
at
excellent. Okay, okay. Now, what about number 7? If someone
Number
offered
7, of course, A.
A, I definitely say no.
Yeah.
I'm not a cheat.
I don't, not just I don't cheating, but I don't trust anyone to
take an
be
exam
smart in the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So
don't trust
it's
anyone.
better to do it yourself, you think?
Of course,
Mhm.
because I will study if I have exam.
But the other person, maybe they won't study. Maybe they'll get a bad mark for you.
Yeah.
A bad score.
Yeah, bad mark. I don't want something like this. This is a thing I'm afraid of.
You would never do it.
Yeah,
I see.
I never do.
All right, okay, okay. Now we have a bit of listening. And here, what I want you to focus on here, Dua, it says, listen and practice copy the stress and contractions. Now,
Okay.
in English, what they do is whenever they use auxiliary verbs like would, have, has, is, what they do is they like to contract them. Remember in school, when they taught us at school, they always say, he is a student, she is a na. But this is not a very good way to learn English, of course, because if you go to England, nobody will talk like this. Impossible. Nobody will say he is a student. Everybody will say he's a student, she's a student. Do you get the idea? So auxiliary verbs, they are always contracted. دائما يصير فيهم موضوع الكونتراكشن والكونتراكشن معناها الدمج. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So they're usually contracted معناها مدموجات. This is very, very important to remember. So the same thing with the verb would. يعني نادر جدا حتسمعي I would do it. I'd do it. I'd go.
Yeah.
I'd take it. I'd finish it. I'd. You'd. We'd وهكذا. Do you get the idea? فالتمرين هذا مجرد يرسخ فكرة أن ال contractions are very important. And if you go to an English speaking country, you will almost always hear contractions.
Yeah.
Not the full
Contractions.
Yeah. Okay, so let me play the track for you. خندير رقم 6. Let me play the CD for you. Pre-intermediate CD3. Pre-intermediate 42.
Track 42.
I do it.
Okay, so let me explain what you need to do, Dua. So I'd like you to listen and repeat, okay? So just listen and repeat.
Okay.
And each time I'll stop after.
Track 42.
I do it.
I do it.
If I want a bungee jump, I do it.
If I want a bungee jump, I do it.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
If someone asked me to hold a snake, I wouldn't do it.
If someone asked me to hold a snake, I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
If you want a bungee jump,
If you want a bungee jump,
Good.
what would you do if you want a bungee jump?
what would you do if I want a bungee jump?
If you want a bungee jump,
If you want a bungee jump,
what would you do if you want a bungee jump?
okay. What would you do if you want a bungee jump?
I do it.
I do it.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
Would you do it?
Would you do it?
If someone asked you to hold a snake, would you do it?
If someone asked you to hold a snake,
خلينا نعود لك الجزء الأخير باش تسمعي سؤال.
You do it? If someone asked you to hold a snake, would you do it?
if someone asked you to hold a snake, would you do it?
Yes, I would.
Yes, I would.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Nice, excellent. اوكي فهذا التركيز بس على قصة الكونتراكشن، الانتباه لموضوع مش حتسمعها صيغة شبه مش حتسمعها نهائيا. موضوع I would مش حتسمعها دائما contraction. All right, now let's take a look at number 7. Number 7 is actually nice. It says here, make 5 sentences with the phrases from A, B, and C. Now,
with the phrases.
Yeah, but let me explain how to make them. لا هذا بروحها number 8. So number 5, what happens is okay, so we need to make a sentence.
Okay.
And the sentence starts from part A, and then you choose one of them from part B, and then you finish it with part C.
Okay.
But these sentences are completely up to, no, they're not up to you really. You have to choose the right one because some of them work, some of them don't.
Okay.
But this means maybe you need a few minutes to take a look at all of them, and then you can decide. And when you feel you're ready, you can just tell me I'm ready, and we can see your answers.
Okay. Make 5 sentences.
Yeah. So this means, for example, number 1. Okay, let's do number 1 together, and then this way you'll get the idea. So can you read the beginning? A, number 1.
If I didn't have to get up early.
What would you use from B?
Just a minute. I think number 1.
I'd go out this evening. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I didn't have to get up early, I'd go out this evening, but which one would you choose from here?
Just a minute. I think, but I start work at 7 o'clock tomorrow. I think this.
You're right, actually. That's correct. This is an example of number one. So number one, if I didn't have to get up early, I'd go out this evening, but I start work at 7:30 tomorrow. So do you get the idea of the exercise?
Yeah.
All right, so take a few minutes, take your time, and try to find all of the sentences in the same way.
Okay. Teacher, I finished.
Nice. Let's check.
Okay.
Okay, so you can start.
If he worked a bit harder, he wouldn't do so badly at school. Okay. But he spends all his time watching TV.
Right. Okay. So let's put number 2 there. Oops. So if he worked a bit harder, he wouldn't do so badly at school. What is it? Can you repeat your answer, please?
He wouldn't do so badly at school,
all right.
But he spends all his time watching.
Okay. What about number 3?
Number 3. If she didn't take so long to get ready, she wouldn't be late for class. But she always spends, I guess, in the shower.
Ages.
Ages. Ages.
What does this mean? She always spends ages in the shower.
I don't know. Ages.
Ages, it means time. She spends too much time. She takes too long.
Too long time. Okay.
Okay, number 4.
If he didn't have 2 jobs, he wouldn't be so tired. But he really needs the money.
Nice. Last one.
If my parents lived nearer, I'd see them more often. They lived 300 kilometers away.
They lived or they live?
They live, sorry.
Right.
They live.
Nice, very good. So these are all examples of second conditional, okay? This is the idea. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's take a look at our next exercise here, number 8. So in number 8, what you need to do is you need to use the verb in the brackets, okay? And you need to use the correct form. Of course, this means we have to use the rule that we studied in the second conditional, which is in the if conditional.
In the second conditional, the verb in the past.
Right.
In past tense.
Yes. In the if conditional, we use the past. But in the main conditional, what do we use? In the main clause, I mean?
Sorry, teacher, I can't hear you.
Okay, my question was, in the if clause, we use the past simple.
Yeah.
And in the main clause, we use would and wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Plus infinitive, طبعا. لازم معها infinitive. So this means we're going to use these 2 rules, these 2 basic rules. We're going to use them to complete number 8. This is the idea, exercise 8. And here in the brackets, اللي بين الأقواس عاطيني كنت infinitive بس. So we need to change it. And after that, you have to complete it using your own idea, using your own opinion. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
All right, so you can start.
Okay. If I had.
But can you complete number 1? Because number 1 هم مجاوبينها لك, but you have to say where you would like to live in. Can you read number 1, please?
Okay. If I could live anywhere in the world, I'd live in UK.
But why? Why would you live in the UK?
Because I think UK or United States is freedom states.
They're free countries, you think?
Yeah, free countries.
Okay, good. Okay, number 2.
Number 2. If I had free time, I'd like.
Correct. If I had more free time, I'd like to. What would you like to do?
I'd like to travel.
Nice. Okay. And in number 3, but sorry, number 2, is there a specific place you would like to travel to, or would you just like to travel in general?
Yeah, specific place.
Where would you like to travel?
Now?
Yes.
I'd like to travel to Paris. Now. I imagine for it. Seriously.
Have you been to Paris before?
No.
Okay.
But always I watch Paris in Google Earth, and I love it.
I visited Paris only once. Yes, in 2013. I think the architecture, do you know what architecture means?
Yeah, I know.
The architecture is amazing. The way the city is planned. Everything is in lovely straight lines. So it's very nice.
I have a dream to
become an architect.
I study law, and law in Paris, interesting.
You want to study law? Correct. Yeah, it's true. It's the it's the country of law. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I would like to travel to Paris. Interesting. All right. Now, what about number 3?
Number 3, if I could have any job in the world, I would.
You would be?
I would be a lawyer.
Okay. Nice. All right. But why would you like to be a lawyer?
Because I think who person know anything in your life, know the rules in your life, the law of any country, the way if live better or better society. This is the reason why to be a lawyer. I wanna be a corporate law. I wanna study a corporate law, and this is great for future companies. We need a lot of corporate lawyers.
Interesting. I think that's great.
Thank you.
Okay, that's good. What about number 4? Number 4 is negative, by the way.
Number 4, yeah. Not be.
In the past.
In the past. I know, in the past. I think just a minute. Okay, just a minute.
Try to think of verb to be in the present. What's the verb to be in the present, first of all?
In the present, be, just be.
Be is in the infinitive, not in the present. There's a difference. In the present, if you want to talk about yourself.
Was or where?
Yes,
was.
Exactly. In the past, was and were.
Yeah. I forgot it in few minutes.
So.
If I was.
Negative.
If I wasn't. If I wasn't. In this English class. I'd be.
Where would you be?
I'd be if I wasn't English class, I would be maybe in the gym.
Interesting. I'd be in the gym. Good. What about number 5?
More money.
Mm-hmm.
I'd buy a Mercedes car.
Nice. I like Mercedes too.
Yeah.
I'd buy a Mercedes. Good, good. Okay, and the last one?
If I could change one thing in my life.
What would you change?
My location.
My location.
Yeah.
If
Unfortunately.
And you're right. Unfortunately, it's not a very good location.
Yeah.
I'd change my location. All right. Now, there's a bit of a new rule I'm going to tell you about. Not new rule, but it's a bit of a tip.
Okay.
Now here, number 4, the way you answered it is actually correct. If I wasn't in this English class, I'd be in the gym. But
yeah.
Actually, most English people will use, instead of wasn't, they would use weren't. If I weren't in this class. Now, I know this sounds very strange, right? Because it's against the rule, right? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
we don't use were and
yeah.
But we don't normally we don't use were and weren't. We don't use them with I, right? Because with I, we always use was and wasn't.
Yeah.
But here in this situation, we used were and weren't. But why? Why did we use this? Why did we do this strange thing? What do you think?
Maybe.
By the way, Dua, you can't say, if you're speaking normally, you can't say, I weren't at home last night. This is wrong. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to say, I wasn't. Exactly.
Yeah.
But here, we should say it weren't. If I weren't in this class. So let me explain the idea. So here, because this is an imaginary situation, the rule says if you're speaking about an imaginary situation, you actually, I think we can find it in the tips. Let me show you. I think it's written here. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Can you see this last part?
Yeah. If she studies hard, she would pass the exam. She's not a good student and she never.
No, the part in the box. Can you see this?
In the box, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can say if she.
So in the second conditional, you have like an exception. This means you can do it both ways. Can you see the two examples? If I was younger, I'd come with you. If I were younger, I'd come with you. In both situations, it's okay. But normally...
Was correct and were correct.
Yes, both are correct. But in reality, الwere يستعمل فيها أكتر. هي الغريبة هي اللي يستعمل فيها أكتر. يعني حتسمعيهم أكتر يقول لك if I were younger, I'd come with you. If she were rich, she'd travel the world.
Yeah.
And I think here, let me take a look. Maybe there's an explanation. لا مش عارفين. لكن هي فكرتها راهو في السكند conditional بس مسموح الموضوع هذا في الأوضاع الخيالية اللي فيها الإف. But if you're using past simple العادي, you can't do this. لازم تقولي I wasn't happy last night.
Okay.
She was at home earlier مثلا. هنستعمل قاعدة عادي في past simple عادي. التغيير الوحيد يصير في الإف. This is the idea. All right, so this means we're done with the second conditional. I would highly recommend you do some exercises in the workbook. Have you finished the workbook, by the way? Are you doing all the exercises or not all of them? Are you working on the workbook, Dua?
Sorry, teacher, I can't hear you.
The workbook?
Workbook.
Yeah? Are you finishing all the exercises?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it easy so far?
Yeah, it's easy. No problem.
That's good. So try to do the workbook of today's lesson, which is 12B.
Okay.
Second conditional. Complete all the questions, and this way I think you won't have any problem anymore with the second conditional. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this means our next lesson. By the way, our next lesson is the last lesson in pre-intermediate B. Okay.
The last lesson.
Yeah, the last lesson in this book, but the conversation is still going on.
Okay. In intermediate B, I will finish it, the level.
Yes, if you take the exam and you pass, this means you will finish the level, but there's still an exam.
When can I take the exam?
The exam is usually 1 week after the revision, because we have a revision lesson. هم revision بيكون على 2 lessons لأنه طويل شوية الكتاب 12 units.
ممكن يكون عندنا الكتاب PDF.
هو أنا عندك بعتهولك PDF دعاء. I sent you.
تمام. تمام أنا بنبلاش بس حنزل الكتاب.
Yeah.
تمام.
So
بعدها نقدر ناخذ intermediate لو أنا.
Yes.
When I pass the exam.
You can take intermediate, of course, yes. And you don't have to repeat this anymore. If you pass, خلاص ما في داعي تعودي. You can just go to intermediate على طول.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Sure.
When I take intermediate class, can I prepare to IELTS exam when I finish intermediate class? Because I don't have the time.
You can actually start preparing from now. يعني كتحضير, you can start from now. There's no problem. But of course, some things will depend on your preparation, but some things will depend more on your level.